Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
We're 1-3, so probably doomsday scenarios so far.
We've only dropped a singular game, not a series. So overall, we're looking pretty good this year.
I mean, 1-3, it's a unique situation because I don't think we'll miss the LCQ, right? Because I think we'll beat our B team, right? I mean, we don't beat our B team. Ooh.
Pretty good actually. We're pretty impressed with how we've been performing. There's been a couple hiccups that we definitely need to figure out if we want to make top 8, top 16. But other than that, I feel like we're doing pretty well.
We'll make the LCQ. It's just we're not where we want to be. 1-3, and we've lost to 2 teams that I think we should have beaten. And so I definitely feel like we should be 3-1, but we're 1-3. So not the start that we were looking for sure.
So top 8 in both the fall and the spring is the goal. I think we can easily do it. I think we can handle that.
I think I expect the best out of us, of course. I'm very optimistic, but
We just need to find that rhythm of winning games we're supposed to win. And if we do that, I think we can get up to around that top 10 mark.
We definitely feel like we can make top 4 and even qual, but we just got to figure out these hiccups, like I've said.
I only think there's 2 or 3 teams that we genuinely do not have good odds against.
I want to make playoffs. So I'll be leaving after this semester, so long term for playoffs, it'll be Wheezy that steps in. That's a little sneak peek for next semester. He's our sub right now.
I mean, our biggest test of the year will be this Wednesday.
Obviously nervous.
It'll be tough. I think Tennessee will give us a lot of problems. I think Florida Atlantic's a very good team as well, but I think we've played teams similar to their style before, and I think it'll be close, but I think we can push over them, and that's really all we need. It's just we need to beat at least one of those teams, and then that'll probably secure us top 2.
But I definitely feel like if we do fix these mistakes that we've been having, and we lock in, and we play without nerves, I feel like we can definitely put up a fight and compete for top 2 in our bracket.
Personally, I'm a firm believer in you either got it or you don't. And I think, if anything, it would be the preparation that we've done over the last month to get us ready for games like this.
Welcome back, friends, to the Southeastern Esports League. It's week 3 of action for the fall split. Bepic and Foof back in the booth. I screwed up the alliteration type thing.
It's okay.
Foof, but how you doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. All I gotta say, biggest test this week coming out of the mouth of TJGJ, and specifically name drop both teams, but said Tennessee is the team that's going to cause them problems. They feel comfortable on the style out of FAU. And that is our first game. And I got to say, it's always fun when you get a sound clip like that and then get to cover the match.
Absolutely. I mean, he's right, though. Like, this is their big week. Like, the 2 teams that could probably take them down in their group. They are playing back-to-back, UTK and FAU. And you're right, he did say that UTK was the team that he's more afraid of, which is interesting. We'll see if there's reason for that. But we watched FAU week 1 on stream taking on Clemson, and Hammy Crackers showed up and showed out. Foof, man. He put on a show.
It's always fun. When you get fun names, you either expect one win or the other, either pure brilliance or fiery disaster. And I'm really hoping we can see the previous instead of the latter here for Hammy, as we did see in that previous showing. And so on the flip side, it's a 4-0 versus a 3-1 team. Both of these teams, you talk about riding high, both feel confident, one to come in and start this week 3 on the right foot. Whereas we saw, I'm going to harken back to your wonderful interview here. UGA wants to split it. They want to go 1-1. But man, what if you go 2-0?
I mean, you're first. Like, they lock in first place in the group essentially, because after this week, their last matchup, they're playing Tulsa in their last matchup, and
Green Wave.
I don't think they're going to lose to Tulsa. So you get first, and you get a top 4 seed going into playoffs, and that is an incredibly valuable asset to have. And all that momentum. I mean, UTK, the reigning second place finisher in the SCL, like that is an immaculate vibe. You're right. But even if they beat FAU here, they still lose to UTK. I think they're pretty close to having sewn up a top 2 spot.
Well, it is all about making the right moments happen, and that really has become the moniker of this LCL season. It is, instead of a dash towards points, it is instead of a dash towards points in time, it's now a dash toward points and score. And so having this new scoring format, teams now trying to scout the good play over an entire year has kind of caused these different forces. So yes, in this last chance qualifier format, having to have those top 4 move on, get those playoffs, move on. I mean, it's always fun. I'm always here for competitiveness and making things count. And you know what? It counts even more now. So playing basically for a shot at first, always fun.
Right. And think about all the points that you just automatically gain when you auto clinch into playoffs. You don't have to worry about the LCQ mess.
Just slide right in.
Yeah, right. Anything can happen in the LCQ, but you're just sliding right past that, right into a boatload of points, just given your automatic top 8 placement just by finishing top 2 in the group. So that's massive. So we can't put enough stress on the 2 matches today. I mean, this FAU UGA series and then Oklahoma and King later, Foof. Battle of the undefeateds. I still have a lot of questions about Oklahoma.
You don't talk about OU. Don't you disrespect
but
Sooner
they
Nation
can answer
and their crossbar. Okay?
They can answer a lot of those questions today for me if they put up a fight against King.
I mean, looking ahead, meeting very fiery today, folks. Bepic came down, slammed his notes, and just pointed his finger at me and was like, you weren't here last week. I'm going to make you angry this week and get back at you.
That's what I'm here for. That's in my job description. Make Foof angry. I was streaming a couple of weeks ago, and I had a team with orange in their color in their logo on the blue side, and then a team with blue and their logo on the orange side. I was like, man, Foof would hate me right now. But we get some Rocket League on the screens. No more Foof and Bepic bickering. Instead, we got Harry scoring the opening goal for UGA.
Well, UGA, the Bulldogs find their moment off the missed touch from Hammy. Harry takes it the distance. That ball was just kind of led to the net by two red Phoenix. You got me colors all twisted.
But we know UGA is on the board first, and that is a great start for a team that was saying that they don't think that FAU is going to give them too much trouble. DJ TJ, we alluded to it a little bit. What he said in the interview was that they've played against teams with FAU's style before, and their style, as a lot of people know, is play through Hammy Crackers, rank A Hammy Crackers that can make plays like this happen. No scoring there, but Hammy got through 2.
Harry already has one, a big 50 into the corner following this ball, but Mitra looking to Hammy. Hammy not a ton in the tank, can't catch up to it. And so just a bit of back and forth right now as we have that early upheaval of UGA finding a quick goal. DJ TJ, credit for a save and a pass clear to Matt until we get back in this dance at midfield.
A lot of pressure. FAU doing well to build themselves up offensively, and despite these half clears from UGA, Florida Atlantic's doing a decent job of positioning themselves to maintain control of the play. But the Bulldogs break out once and put together a good string of shots. Matt looking for the second one, and I said shots. I thought that would be on target with a player of Matt's caliber, but not the case. And so FAU out on target themselves. Ish. Ham put that a little too high.
Yeah, Damage credited with a shot there, and he might have something good for Hammy, but you talk about it, an errant touch keeps it away. So now they have to reset the offense. A big clear is going to get some time and space, but not ball control unless Matt really doesn't find a clear.
He didn't. Hammy doing well to find a teammate there. Going back and forth after that opening UGA goal. I was thinking, all right, maybe UGA goes on a real run right here, but Florida Atlantic has settled down. They've got the bulk of possession, both ball possession and just offensive control over the pitch. 65% field domination so far in this game, and yet they haven't found a goal to show for all of that control. In fact, UGA putting together some pretty good-looking counterattacks when they are allowed out of their own end of the pitch, and that's a little scary for Florida Atlantic if that goose egg stays on the board a little bit longer.
Well, over the halfway point yet and have had a lot of pressure, a lot of opportunities, and so no, it never feels good to go in the back half of a game down, but it's only have had a lot of chances, have had some good defensive stands, and so as long as you keep in kind of this upheaval state of trading back and forth, you might break through.
Very well could. UGA testing the waters of the FAU back wall. They're getting sent right back to these corners. Eventually, Mitra going to find a clear. Florida Atlantic right back to playing some offense. Hammy Crackers with a shot from the near side. Good save by Harry. A little more precarious than maybe it needed to be, but it's just how lethal Hammy can be from out of nowhere. Here he goes again. Dunking Harry, but out to the side. A savior medal for Harry. He's been a defensive mastermind here.
Has a masterclass being put on right now. Has the goal and 3 saves. That's a bump on Damage to open the door. You thought Owl's going to continue to sink their talons in, but the Bulldogs break out. DJ backboard play, but Mitra read it the entire length. Harry returning the touch, and so we now back onto this blue hat. The Owls of FAU starting to push forward, trying to find any and all offense as they are still down, and only 80 seconds left here in game one.
Misses and missed opportunities for Georgia concerning me a little bit. Their defense more than making up for it by holding Florida Atlantic scoreless, but there's some awkward moments for this team. But speaking of which, team bump, Damage and Hammy colliding, though sends Damage right back into the play, and they're able to corral it. Florida Atlantic is, so
double.
Owls, big opportunity here in the final 60 seconds. Good stuff by Matt, and the net's actually open. UGA not scoring a second goal. That should have been in.
Quick turn here. TJ needs to have the soft clear. Damage. That's another double commit on the side. The demo opening the door, but Matt flipping the field, and TJ gets the collection on the blue side, trying to put this game down and milk the out. 30 seconds left. Mitra near side. TJ. That's gonna be a dunk from Damage, and it's a tie ball game.
All it took was one poor touch from the UGA defense, and FAU finally break through. Damage there just to clean up the mess that Mitra caused there on the UGA goal line. Great stuff, outlasting the defensive masterclass that the Bulldogs were putting up on that red goal line. But only tied.
Oh, wait a minute.
FAU
Mitra
has pressure, a chance to take the lead, and they'll take it. I don't know where I was going. I should have trusted Mitra with that all the way.
Mitra saw it. He had the right post open. They overcommit on the kickoff, and Mitra makes them pay. You reached, Mitra teaches. It's 2-1.
And now UGA has had this entire game flipped on them. They were leading. They were sitting in defense, putting up save after save after save, and now they got to turn on the offensive jets in the final 20 seconds. Big opportunity here. Matt's going to stick with it. Get the ball over to TJ. Cut it around Mitra. He can, but bumped off of it. Requires a second opportunity. Harry, great read. Top corner, a little bit too high. The rebound off the back wall, and FAU come out of game one on top.
How about the Owls? They wait, they bide their time for the final 30 seconds, and then ride off the back of a fist, to be honest, a fist in the teeth goal from Damage, and then Mitra signing off on the kickoff goal to be the decider in game one. That's how we start.
Yeah, that's a good way to start this series off, I would say. We knew it would be close, but now UGA is in a serious scoring drought. I mean, they scored in the first 30 seconds thereabouts, and their defense looked good, but FAU, they would not be denied an entire game of scorelessness. And so going into game two, I'm very interested to see what version of these teams we get, how UGA responds, if they can generate some more offensive opportunities to start us off, maybe build a bigger buffer that they clearly need against FAU, or if Florida Atlantic's going to take that game one win and run with it.
Well, you're going to think that maybe the momentum sitting on this blue side, maybe they can push it forward, but you saw UGA had a lot of offense in that last 10 seconds. They just could not convert, so maybe trying to push forward here, find another first blood that you talked about.
FAU, a bit of an opening scene in the UGA defense, but TJ was back in time, and so we'll just keep fighting for possession right now. But Florida Atlantic, we've been talking about what would happen if UGA is able to take this series and their cementation of their position in the top two of Group 1. But FAU take this. They are sitting at 4-1 on the season, which will match the positioning of UGA, and so puts them in a tie essentially. And so UTK, that series that FAU plays against them, going to be massive. We'll see what happens there. FAU for now, just taking their lead in this series and seeing what they can do with it.
Good attempt there on the push from Mitra. Had a big dunk last game, was able to control possession a little, but a missed touch there opens the doors. Now a 2v3. Hammy keeping up in the air, allowing his teammate to respawn and kind of recollect some boost in positioning. A triple commit as we see the Owls all go for it. They are aerial predators. Should not have all three cars, four wheels off the ground at the same time.
They look good in the air. Hammy Crackers especially, looking for a teammate. That's a great interception. That's how you have to play against Hammy Crackers. And I misspoke earlier. Gotta correct myself. FAU's already played UTK. They got swept by them, so that's worth noting. So it's a matter of how these two teams finish the end of the regular season. It'll be game differential, game win percentage, that sort of thing, determining where these two squads finish. So outside of this series, if FAU is able to take it, Foof, it gets very interesting how
It gets
UGA
fun.
plays Tulsa and UTK and how FAU will play Arkansas and Tulsa.
Go Hog, you might hear some people cry out, but right now, the Bulldogs and the Owls have kind of circled back to this kind of stalemate. We have offenses trading touches, but not really trading shots, as there's zeros all across the scorecard. TJ, excuse me, flipped them. Thought he had one. Mitra passed one, can't get past Harry, though, as the Phoenix collide once again.
Mitra's challenge game has been great throughout this series. Right there, getting the ball center, and it was intercepted by UGA, but if he was able to keep doing stuff like that, then FAU could find some openings on that Bulldog back line. But UGA out for now, sending Mitra to the back wall. Has a ton of the tank to work with, but the greatest of first touches, forced to take the ball immediately to ground, but develops a pass center to Hammy. The defense is prepared for Matt and Harry, both up right there, but hard hit off the back wall, clears the zone for
Shot
now.
one.
Mitra puts it back in the area. Hammy Cracker's follow-up shot saved by Harry. Things getting scary for UGA, but those double zeros still on the board.
All right, both teams now have shots on the scorecard as well as saves. We got to the 2-minute mark, and then they were like, oh yeah, we do need to shoot the ball, I guess. But I made there was going to be a third touch coming through. That's a beautiful pass to Mitra. The dunk follows it, but damage. Gets damaged instead as he is demoed for his troubles. Hammy having to just reconcile and get all the way back home.
Okay, Mitra actually setting up the ball perfectly for damage. The defense of UGA a little scrambled right there, but that's what I've been talking about. Mitra has been quietly destructive on that red side of the pitch. Putting balls where the UGA defense ain't, but a high shot there delivers more pressure for the Bulldogs that the Owls are going to find their way out of. Matt in a 1v3 right here. Does well to block that damage shot, and everyone for FAU was in the corner, so there's no immediate follow-up.
Salt tap down. Hammy controlling it with his tires. That is beautiful placement, but Matt was there to challenge. Damage. Need to see something big here, but TJ flipping the field. Not going to get it past that third and diving defender of Mitra. Hammy hit hard by Harry, and so both teams digging their heels into midfield and trying to kind of put maybe a flag down this last offensive push here in a 0-0 game 2.
Oh, Harry, right place, right time, reading the play well, but
damage
a great pair
again?
of challenges by FAU, going to put them in the lead with 30 seconds left.
Mitra sets it all up. You talk about great challenges, and again, damage is just a hair faster and a little bit just more precise on that ball. 30 seconds. Again, Bepic, this is their magic number. FAU have the 30-second buff.
Oh, that was an opportunity, though. Off kickoff for UGA, and now they need some magic. It's been a long time since the Bulldogs have scored a goal. FAU just have to hold on for a little while longer. Matt will get the ball center, but TJ's in another zip code, though. He steps into the play, beats one,
double,
forces the other two up. Matt, hard touch off the corner wall. It's turned into a soft one, though. It's gonna be difficult for UGA to develop a shot out of this, and they don't get really anything. Easy save there at the end for FAU, and a 2-0 lead for the Owls.
How about the Owls as they are soaring here? 5-4. Both offenses cooled off and then started to kind of find their footing again after well past the midway point. But FAU, again, it's like those little bracelets. They're straight, and then you slap and they wrap up. That is them at 30 seconds. They go, well, it's 30 seconds. I guess we got to start scoring somehow.
They're the clamps. They just take over the game.
Put them on.
I love that imagery because it's so true. It's like they're just going back and forth, the UGA, trading possession, sending hard clears down the other side of the pitch. Nothing really happened. I mean, we almost went an entire half game without either side putting a shot on target. And then all of a sudden, Mitra and Damage go crazy in that final minute. And it's Mitra and Damage getting these clutch goals. It's not the Hammy Crackers show at all.
It's what we asked for. We wanted to see both of these players step up. Have to give a big shout out to Hammy. Not a big statistical game tonight, but has made time after time again big touches, very pretty rotations, and a lot of passes to help set up his teammate, either a pass to assist or a pass shot. Harry does it again.
I don't know what that was. There's kickoff strategy. Oh, okay. Apparently the server had a hiccup or something. That's what Matt's saying in chat. But UGA going to score. I guess we're playing on. That's an odd start. An odd way for UGA to get their first goal in a long while.
Well, you know what? Basically 2 whole games and then immediately score in game number 3. So, Hammy Crackers and boys, I guess handshake it and say, yeah, we'll move on. We'll take the 1-goal handicap and forward. All they have to do is stay within 1 until 30 seconds anyway, Bepic. It's not that hard.
No, I mean, yeah. Then you got to really start focusing up in defense. That's when FAU gets activated. Oh, Mitra, little activation right there, setting up Hammy for the drop-down shot. Where's the cleanup man in damage? Hanging back a little bit as there were 2 Bulldogs on the near side trying to corral that play. And UGA will get out of it, but that was so close to being an immediate equalizer from FAU.
Let me make sure that I get heard on stream here. I had that disconnect fun stuff, but Hammy and a quick 2v1. Could not sign on it as well. Damage. I think he was the first goal scorer in that last game. Both games have been off the back of a damage 50 that pushed into the net, and I'm wondering if he'll find a third here in game number.
Nearly.
And force it past DJ.
Almost got it though. That's been the story for a lot of FAU.
I'm sorry.
Chases. Hammy, he definitely did get it. Flip reset over the first,
Yeah.
barely dodges Harry right there, and then just squeaks it right through the entire UGA defense. Hammy, are you kidding me?
There are 3 defenders. You're not supposed to do it. Just like there's 3 seconds waiting till kickoff. It is going to be a 1-1 game, and they scored before the half-minute left mark. It's impossible. FAU does it.
Scary right there, almost doing it again. They have really turned on the Jets, FAU has, and in a game that UGA really needs to win. I mean, they obviously need to win it. They are down 0-2 in this series right now, need to reverse sweep, and this team in this matchup, I think UGA can reverse sweep, but FAU, all 3 members, really pulling their weight offensively and defensively. This is a complete game from FAU and really elevates their status, I feel, in the top 8 of the SEL, because this is, they're doing everything. It's not just Hammy, but it has been this game. He scored both for FAU.
Well, now it's becoming the Hammy Show talent that you know this player has. When you in that plays as a team and then a stud, you got trouble, and right now, trouble is all UGA is seeing. 2-1 again, but have a ton of time left to try and fix it.
Oh.
There we go, 2-2. I thought he saved that. I really did.
Yeah, right there. I mean, Hammy, he hesitates for a second, I think expecting damage to be taking a challenge there with Mav, and so I guess not back in time. I wasn't able to watch his perspective there. Shout out Bakasmod and his replay abilities, but he didn't get there. I trust Hammy's going to save that ball if he's able.
Well, Mitra's going to go the other way, but DJ TJ digs it out of the net somehow. With in one hand and a ball in the other, keeps it at a 2-2 tie. As we are not yet midway point, both offenses humming the...
Humming,
really trying to hold on, perhaps.
Yeah, it's accurate for FAU, I think. UGA, I don't know if I would call them humming just yet in offense. They've gotten a little lucky.
They haven't scored 2 yet. This is identical UGA in this series.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you. They are humming thanks to FAU. I feel like the overcommitment in the last goal. I think the server helped them out on that first one. But hey, if you can take that and turn it into a game win, I don't care how humming you are. You can make yourself get going, start singing a better tune if you get that game win.
Joyful noise, Bepic. That is what UGA is doing right now. And it has been enough to keep them in this one, but not enough to stay within the series reach. That is slow down. Gonna have a lot of time, but jump in front of the ball. That is a rare miss. And so it's up to damage. The soft flick of it too soft, and DJ to Mitra. Mitra into the corner once again, but a clear. It's gonna reset the whole deal.
Great touch by TJ though, sending up Matt, who might have just done it all himself.
Okay.
Harry's gonna finish it, but talk about the play from Matt, just killing damage there on his own goal line.
Yeah, as soon as you saw Damage have to put it in reverse and get up into the air, you knew it was in trouble and backed into his own net, thrown into it as well. The ball goes through. It's a 3 here for 3.
90 seconds. UGA in front, but you need more than a 1-goal buffer because it feels like the Owls are guaranteed at least 1 goal in the final 30 seconds. And we're not even there yet. They're getting very close to putting that 4th one in. To go for UGA right there, but they find the save, they find the out, and they find themselves an insurance goal that remains to be seen.
Slowly following a good 50, pushed it back across. Matt, sidewall play. It's dangerous here. He's got 3. Hammy's not going to find the mark. Mitra push it through. Damage as well, and that might have been the golden moment before for 30 seconds to see a tie ball game. Matt and company taking a sigh of relief as they have been kept alive for the moment with the 3-2 game.
Hammy inbound over Harry, drop down ball, setting up Mitra for a shot, but UGA's defense not distracted by the razzle-dazzle of Mr. Crackers. Instead, they stay home, find a half clear, force FAU to reset, which they do. Mitra keeping control-ish. It's across the pitch. That's where the ball goes. And Crackers in the area. They'll be able to poke it right over towards Mitra. And FAU gearing up for their last gasp in Game 3. It's a dangerous miss from Matt, but Harry, big save to keep UGA out in front. Cammy over to Mitra.
What a pass!
For the tie, he's got it! 2 seconds left on the clock, and FAU, there's their sub-30 goal.
Guess who, Hammy? You put the ball in his hands and you expect him to try and force the shot, but knows he's got a teammate mid. The soft dish, and Mitra's off on it. FAU, final second goal perhaps here. And a force OT, DJ's gonna force it! It's over! UGA will take that.
How? How did they just do that? TJ beats, I think that was Hammy Crackers on the cheat there by half a step, and UGA wins it at 0 seconds. That's the most insane end of game finish we've seen all season.
I see your 2-second goal, and I raised you a 0 goal. As that is how you do it. UGA, the Bulldog, down but not out. Got up, say, I didn't hear no bell. We're not going to OT. We're taking this one, forcing Game 4. And let's be honest, I think FAU got a little bit too emotional there after that game-tying goal.
I mean, the kickoff wasn't fundamentally poor. UGA just was more aggressive. I mean, TJ went straight up for that ball, had full trust that ball would get poked straight up. And fair enough. UGA, credit to him.
He called game.
He called game. That's exactly right. And so they stay alive going into Game 4.
And Harry's trying to replicate it on the opening kickoff, but not as golden of a shot coming off. 8 seconds in, already more pressure mounting. GA credited with a shot, so we're not going to go 3 minutes without a shot. Having one already. And so, man, life is in this red half and in these red cars as the Bulldogs alive and well in this series.
Cammy was trying to play the role of Undertaker right there. Had Mitra as his demon counterpart.
Oh my god!
There he is again, sucking life out of the UGA back line. He did sit up, and he's taken over.
He's out of the cutscene. He saw Matt stuck on his own goal line and stuffs the ball over that Fennec. No Fennec finesse today. Instead, just a 1-0 game. And I think this is the earliest goal we've seen from FAU. Yeah.
They don't score often on the early side of these games, at least. But I just noticed as well, Hammy is in the full sweat preset.
Yes.
The striped octane. He's got the Cristiano wheels, just a regular blue matte color, and his goal explosion is the default blue one. Like he's in full sweat mode for this series.
He's trying to just simply achieve the zone, and you know exactly what we're talking about here. As we've seen, I think we saw it from Mitra in Game 1 with that double tap. We've seen beautiful passes, better saves, great clears. Hammy just baiting out. DJ gets it past 1, past 2 technically, as it slips past Matt. Now he's got a bump on Harry, who survives the contact to make the save. Beautiful play there on the back of UGA. Past Harry, the Oh man, Hammy was not ready for it. I don't know if he expected that one to squeak through.
No, I definitely not that extra touch. He was prepared to score it, and he might have if that second touch doesn't end up coming off of Mitra's front bumper, but that is just another opportunity for FAU. They had plenty, but Matt's given a golden one. It's a tough shot, but at this level of the SEL, in this stage of this sort of series, you gotta be hitting that.
Have to hit it, but unfortunately it doesn't count. Hammy flip reset.
All right, Foop is gone. It's just me now. I think we've completely lost him. But George has just scored an open net. Matt has hit the much easier open net shot compared to the one he had earlier. And Foop, you know, you're going in and out for me, buddy. Your internet's not interested in watching the insane middle part of this series, because honestly, it could be going the distance right now with UGA getting a little bit of steam, getting a little bit more going in the offensive end. We could be seeing Game 5. The Bulldogs were able to keep this going, but we named Hammy Crackers the Undertaker earlier. He's taking life from the UGA side. He could very well pull a goal out of nothing and kind of throw all that hope out the window.
Well, hope is only keeping it at a tie ball game. And so we're going to see a little bit more from this team wreathed in red and the white. They have to find an answer because the Bulldogs have been on the back foot so much of this series. Yes, they've had a lead, but their offense gets stifled after that early shot. Then they have to pray that 30 seconds magic goals don't happen. They get a very aggressive 50 goal to keep them alive in this series. Have now find a tire on an open net, but now you're just under the pressure of Demos. Passing it back midfield, but Damage not ready for the 1-2-1, and so we stay at a 1-1 affair.
Cool. Getting creative, though. I love that from Mitra.
Reform Jazz.
Been having an incredible series. I mean, I've only gotten to watch 2 of these FAU best of 5s, but Mitra is stepping up to the plate against UGA right now. Damage as well. He's had a complete series, but Matt taking Hammy Crackers out of the equation. That pass to TJ. He set something up, but FAU defend it well. Mitra on Damage, finding a clear and the extension to boot. So, minute 20 left. Florida Atlantic still hunting for that go-ahead goal that they love to win to the last second to find.
They're 3 yards in a cloud at us Rocket League. It's something that purists like myself might not like to see, but I just love the understanding of the game. No, it's not intentional. They're not waiting until this last time. It has been sound defense from UGA and the offense slowly chipping away and then finally finding a crack that works. And so if you're UGA, you're hoping maybe we patch this armor up strong enough to get us to overtime or get us to a fun kickoff play. Looking for Mitra here, but DJ cuts it at its knees. A very aggressive pass intercept. You talk about it. You have to intercept him when he's on the receiving spot, but now you have to respect him as a passer, too.
Hammy, top shelf. Too high there. And now final 30 seconds. FAU's dangerous from this point. Hammy over Matt. This ball's going to stay in the UGA corner. No one attacking immediately from FAU. Mitra does move in, but neutral 50 allows Harry to step up, find a half clear for the Bulldogs. Head right back to that corner, though, and Matt's playing safe. Get the ball to TJ. He's got 0 boost, but a lot of room to work with now in the FAU corner. The 50, though, won by Mitra.
Wait a minute.
Now an opportunity on 0 seconds. Mitra versus Matt. Off the ceiling. Has a teammate. Damage.
He's got
too high. The ball goes off the crossbar when we get overtime.
If it doesn't hit the crossbar, it goes on the backboard. You had Hammy just waiting in the wings. The old Jaws shot. You saw the fin starting to push forward. Maybe Harry, though, trying to sign off the first reset of DJ, who goes under and makes it happen. 2-1, and UGA with 2 thrillers in back-to-back games forces Game 5.
Ugh. This series is being played close to the chest. These squads wait until the last second to pull out all the stops. Great setup there at the end, and the finish from the Bulldogs. They only had 3 shots in that game, but they scored off of 2 of them, and that one at the end was the big one. It gives them Game 4 and takes us to a 5th game. Foof, would you have it any other way?
I mean, honestly, no. I would have liked to see it split early on so we don't have the drama of a reverse sweep hanging. especially against the upstart FAU squad, is how good they looked coming on. Not that I want anyone to hang it over UGA 3-0, but you have a team come out so hot, and then you start to wonder what has happened. Why are they cooled off? And on the flip side, why did UGA come in so cold? They just took a moment, took 2 losses, and went, hold on, wait. About Tennessee. Let's get over these guys first so we're not sweating. And so forcing game 5, it becomes an underutilized format, Epic. It's my favorite thing. It's a best of 1.
It's a best of 1 win, and you get to reap all the benefits of a series win at this stage. There's a reason why this best of 5 was put on the mainstream, why the Rocket League talent chose this series to be on the SEL main stage, because it's so important, because both teams can make plays like that. The shot just a little bit too high, but I love the thought from FAU. Now's the time to get creative, because you don't get opportunities against this specific team until probably playoffs, if I'm being completely honest, after this game.
Love the aggressiveness coming from Matt, coming from the ceiling, behind the touch, but this is, honestly, both teams are playing unchained. They're playing unleashed. They feel confident. They feel good. They want to make the big plays. A pinch shot attempt off the ceiling defense reads. These players are going to put out and try and make these big-time plays in this big-time game to make it their series.
Great shutdown. Matt getting in the way of Hammy Crackers, who at times has had a lot of space and a lot of boost to maneuver from, albeit starting from his backside. But UGA's defense has garnered a lot of respect from him. He's elected to pass in a couple of those situations where he maybe could have taken an air dribble, because UGA is not falling to the same perils that Clemson did when they played FAU, giving Hammy Crackers room to maneuver. And if you don't challenge him perfectly on that first or second instance, he will be scoring or setting up his teammate to score. That's a clown fiesta moment on the goal line. I don't know what just happened, but we'll stay scoreless for now.
Things you hate to see start. UGA's Harry had a chance, but is 50 away. Both teams with opportunities on the goal, neither able to connect. So we stand still at a 0-0 game 5. Matt Harry in a 2v-none. The open net rings, and he walks the ball home. Aggressive push, turn back the other way.
Oh, Mitra was trying to salvage that situation. Again, the thoughts there from FAU, the back pass from Hammy to Damage. I don't know if Damage got tagged right there and got sent in front of the ball instead of being there to receive, or at least get a toe on it or anything. But it doesn't end up panning out. And then Mitra dives in as the last man back for FAU, and there's no more safety valve. And like you said, the 2v0, UGA can win that. I think it's safe to say at this point in the series. So they'll find the opening goal off the back of an FAU mistake, but good defense got them to that point, tied up in a scoreless game 5, and they take advantage of that one opening. Now at halftime, we'll see if they can add to it. Harry, big flick on target. 2-0 UGA, stepping up when it matters most. Now, really on the doorstep of this reverse sweep prospects. That was clinical from Harry, taking over from the midfield. And now FAU facing down the barrel of a gun. 2 goals in 2.5 minutes. More than doable for them, but gotta stop giving UGA these openings. These gaps in the defensive makeup weren't there for a long time in this series. The Bulldogs had to really work for their scores. Here, they're going to find a third. The love being spread. Matt finding another one to add to UGA's pile of goals in Game 5. Reverse sweep looking more than real at this point. Foof. You seeing what's happening right now?
I can't see the game.
Okay,
No.
well, Foof was kicked out of the game, but I'll tell you what's happening. FAU has the longest path back. 3 goals in 2 minutes. And I'm not going to count them out until the clock has hit triple zeros. I'm with you for once in that mentality.
It's not over till it's over, man.
Exactly. But at the moment, They've got a lot of ground to make up, and UGA, for I think the first time in this series, is actually controlling the field. They have played more offense than FAU has. 60-40 is the split right there. Mitra cut on target, saved by Matt. There's 2 there on the goal line. And it's followed up by a big clear. Just wasting clock at this point. It's the name of the game for UGA. And at this point, they have put themselves in the best position possible to complete this reverse sweep, to get out of this series into top 2 in Group 1. All they have to do is just rock this Game 5 to sleep. Hammy Crackers finding Mitra here, setting up a shot on a one-man defended net, but DJ TJ in proper position there. Matt stopping the ball in the midfield third. Damage has no boost to get to this play. Mitra, good follow-up, good double. Pass out to Hammy Crackers. It's that backboard, a prod, just to see what FAU can get from it. Not able to develop a shot. 30 seconds left now. Florida Atlantic, they need one now. They really need one now, but UGA defending like their lives depend on it. Mitra, corner wall, center ball. Again, it's a swarm of Bulldogs, a herd, whatever you call it, on the UGA goal line. And FAU not allowed a thing. As the clock ticks down, UGA going to take their victory lap. And if any of you have been to a LAN where these Bulldogs have played, they get loud. And I can only fear right now for the neighbors of DJ, TJ, Harry, and Matt, because they have to be elated about that win.
Is it elation or is it relief? That's got to be the
Both.
question, because this is, well, see, that's what my curiosity is. We're going to be like a sigh of relief, and then that kind of quiet of, man, we felt like we should have done a lot better, or is it going to be that elation on the side of FAU, crushing defeat, but they have to get ready to play another series, and so it's kind of that mixed emotion for both teams. Find that happy balance between too excited and too.
And in fact, UTK and UGA aren't actually playing today. So the Dogs aren't going to have that momentum going into that series. It's actually taking place 5 days from now. So we'll get a little while longer to wait before that big of a series happens on the SEL stage. I might have to stream that on my personal stream. We'll see, because that's a big one as well, to see who takes Group 1 in that first place spot. But we got another series coming up. King and Oklahoma taking the stage in just a little bit. We're going to go to a break. Before that, of course, shout out to Red Bull and MSI, our sponsors, making this whole thing possible, giving us the platform to show off UGA and FAU like we just did. A full 5-game set, setting the stage for what is likely to be a playoff matchup a little bit later down the line. But break for now, then King and Oklahoma in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
Legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just to touch our dream. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. When the world is calling out your name, begging you to fight. Pick yourself up once more. Pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. Messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
Welcome back to SEL Season 4, week number 3. We got King University battling it out against the no longer undefeated, but very close to being undefeated, Oklahoma Sooners. Foof, I know you're a big fan of this Oklahoma team.
You wanted to
Go ahead and break
sprinkle
it
that
down for
on.
me.
Just listen, man. I pounded the table for OU to say don't speak against their name. They were an undefeated team. Notice I said were an undefeated team coming in today. They played a pretty solid squad of UNCC and fell in a 3-2 fashion. And so they are now sitting with their first loss in the year. But on the flip side, you do have King University. They are riding high. They're feeling good. And man, oh man, have they been fun to watch. And so now we're going to see if they can continue that over top of this OU team. If you've been around the SEL, you know OU has a secret weapon waiting on the...
That crossbar. It's always prevalent in an OU broadcast with Foof and I in the booth. That's a joke dating back all the way to season 0. It's so funny that it's still going. I mean, that's a good point. Oklahoma has been here since season 0. They've competed in all 5 variations of the SEL, and now they're back towards the top and starting off the scoring here.
Well, beautiful setup. All 3 players getting involved, and technically Bono with the Will signs off on it. 1-0 here, not even 30 seconds in.
Oklahoma, the point I was trying to get to before they so rudely scored the opening goal in this series was that this OU Crimson, the A team for Oklahoma, is one of the overall winningest teams in SEL history. I think they're like top 5 in games won overall in the SEL stage. So they know how to win. They've had up and down seasons, sure, but they've had seasons near the top, and now they're trying to get back to that with a run that I was not expecting. I didn't expect a 4-0 start from them. And beating Kentucky with the slight asterisk of Kentucky playing with a sub, but they beat Kentucky in a series, and that got them to 4-0. Took UNCC to Game 5, lost in a close fashion there. This OU squad is near the top 10, if not in it.
Well, floating in that top 10 range, yes, you can be can be up there, but it's all about where you really finish. And so we need to see them make that happen. Yes, up 1-0 here in the game, but a long series ahead of them here as King is so good at finding shots.
Whoa, cynical!
Just like that!
Oh, yeah, they can find something out of nothing, and that really wasn't even nothing. Cynical was given room to work, 100 boost. That is the... it's given to him on a silver platter. I mean, a player like Cynical, you cannot allow to do any of that.
But when you're given room, you find ways to make it work, and that's exactly what Cynical does. And so 1-1 here, as both teams have traded goals, now trading possessions, as King trying to find a second, knocking on the door there, but cannot get it to fall.
Oh my, this is weird.
Okay.
Turbo's gonna clean it all up. Janitor on duty just outside the Oklahoma box, and I honestly don't know what that was. A lot of panic there on the Oklahoma side.
It's a King goal, that's what it was, and makes it the 2-1 like you say, and so blink and you miss it. OU's lead is gone. They are now at of the same 2-1 here in game 1.
Oh, flick from Will, almost getting it back, but nothing doing. King now allowed an out. Cynical, a musty flick on target. Miller's going to block it. Solid block right there. And Oklahoma showing us so far that they can keep up with the speed of this King roster. I mean, Bono has been here since Season 0, so we've seen him playing against the top rosters in the SEL for a long time, and he's proven that he can still hang with the big dogs.
Still hanging with the big dogs, but it's not about hanging with them. You have to beat them, and so being down 1 here at the midway point, best but not the worst spot. It's still only game 1, a lot of series left, and yes, Bono name you've heard time and time again. He's going to find his teammate, as that is B-Darbs to make it a tie ball game 2-2.
Okay, nice transition. I mean, just put the ball past Big Wade, who creeps up right there, and that's about as easy a goal that Oklahoma's going to get in this series, exploiting a King University mistake that they aren't immune to. This team, albeit I think the heavy favorites, maybe not heavy, but the favorites to win the entire SEL Season 4, they are still making mistakes like that at an often enough pace to where they are definitely not invincible. 3-2 Oklahoma.
Well, once again, 3-2, but it's 3 to the offensive side. All 3 players getting moved forward, making touches towards it. A pass to an assist, and a goal here to make it 3-2.
Okay, Oklahoma fighting back.
Okay.
This would be a tremendous win. Okay, OU, they're doing it. 2 minutes left, and they could find themselves a Game 1 win, but this is a dangerous spot right now. 1v1. Big Wade dunking the ball center. He's going to be there to immediately shoot, and yes, they do. B-Darbs is there.
Well, Bono down on 1v. All discombobulated is Big Wade. He doesn't get there, but put it on. 3-2 the scoreline right now, and you're having to wonder, what can King do to kind of break back into the offensive side?
They can do a whole lot. They can unleash Cynical. They could rip apart the Oklahoma defense with a passing play. There are a lot of options in this King University arsenal. But Oklahoma hasn't allowed them to be as effective as I'm sure they would have been hoping for. In fact, Oklahoma giving a quality look right there, but being able to dodge that bullet and see about finding themselves a counterattack.
Soft touchdown by Bono. B-Darbs can't get it either. Cynical loses it to Will, and so Big Wade doesn't find it. Will wants to find the backboard touch. He's got a teammate near post, but Turbo just enough of a poke to keep it away. And so we dance in this far corner, now cleared out. Turbo again looking towards that midfield trip, but can't get it to fall. Bono coming, hold on to this 3-2 scoreline right now.
Well, there was nothing in the tank, but do enough with it to prevent an immediate King clear, but they still get a goal.
Well,
just like that. A simple
like that.
counterattack where Oklahoma's defense just wasn't quite completely prepared for everything King was doing.
Well, Will got called as the last man back, trying to push too far forward, hoping B-Darbs would beat the play back to the net, but unfortunately, unable to do so. It's 3-3 here with just over half a minute left.
30 seconds. That was crunch time where team shown in the last series.
Will didn't
King
get there.
in the final 30,
Oh.
unleashing Cynical, and he'll nab the lead for King University.
It was all eyes on that red card in the air. To get there, Cynical goes, thank you very much. I will take that. It's 4-3.
Oh, that hurts if you're Oklahoma to be in the lead and then all of a sudden be down in a span of like 15 seconds. But that's what King will do to you. It's those situations you have to get yourself out of or avoid entirely.
Oh my.
If you're going to take them
B-Darbs?
down, B-Darbs from the heavens above, tying us right back up.
That's a off of the defender. He catched it the whole way. A hat trick being credited as well. A dunk off the double to make it 4-4 with 22 ticks left.
And that's a massive goal. To tie us back up after falling down, to do it in the final 30 seconds
that
of
man
an
again.
important game one. In comes B-Darbs again, bumping one. Fortunately for King, they had two right there. Turbo, one of them, finds a clear as well. And now Big Wade down the pitch. B-Darbs not
It's in.
there. King steals the lead right back.
What is that, 4 goals? 3 goals in the last 30 seconds? It's
A lot.
been insane. It's a track meet breaking out, and a 5-second margin left here for OU. If any teams at any point in time could score, I can now in this game.
Oh, that's not a good kickoff, though. Bono has to hustle to that ball, but he does. Cynical, good read. He spikes the ball. King, I don't know if that was surviving, if that was a stolen game one, or what that was from King, but they got the win, and I say it all the time. That's what good teams do.
I don't know if stealing is the correct word, like you say it. Survive, yeah. I agree. I think that the moment of having that round where you come out of it, you feel reeling, you're exhausted, be like, well, I guess we won that one technically on the scorecard, but it won't feel like it tomorrow. Oh my goodness. 6 shots to giving up 10. That is not winning numbers, but King makes it work, and so they have to kind of fix that offense to defense ratio.
But I'm interested if Oklahoma was able to sustain that level of goal line pressure on the King net. That's always my question when a team that is the underdog in a series comes out in game one and puts out that kind of offensive production. It's a question of, did King let them do that, or is that something that the Sooners can replicate? And we'll find our answers in game two. And part of it was earned, but can they translate the part that was earned into more earnings on the day and maybe a game two win?
Well, Will wanting to convert here, but a big-time denial from Cynical, offense and defensively minded in that Octane and demo from Turbo, trying to kickstart the there. He's got a near post shot, and he's, I think, did he sign off on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a shot. Cynical, it's him and Storm that are like the highlights of this roster, and Storm has been playing in the SEL matches as of late, at least not the ones on stream that we've seen. So Cynical has been in the spotlight, and of course that's not to slight Big Wade and Turbo, but Storm and Cynical have been together a long time playing in the bubble scene, and you've got to make sure you shut this man down, which Oklahoma will not do. The first two defenders, the third the same, but no goal. Instead it's just possession for King. The Sooners got to corral this ball quick.
Bono has Cynical again 50ing hard. B-Darbs looking down to Bono here, perhaps trying to lead him forward, but instead taking the shot themselves. Turbo can't find the clear, so it's up to Will to put the pressure back on here. Cynical collects it down. Shot attempt towards it mid-line, but again, King University strong in their defensive third.
Turbo versus Bono. Cynical joins the fray. Big Wade's
down
the
there.
field for some reason. He gets a shot that turns into a dangerous opportunity. That might have been why, but I don't think Will knew about that. So his touch goes off the crossbar, and being able to maintain the ball in a little bit of a dangerous spot. Center out to Turbo. Worm burner to the bottom right corner, and King's starting to take over.
King's taken over, and they have taken the goal line as well. Poor Will thought he maybe might find something, but all he found was a bumper of Cynical as he sent to row 17 as it's a 2-0 game.
30 seconds in, and now Oklahoma really need the replication of what they did offensively in game one. All those shots on target, all those opportunities, the 4 goals that they found. We need 3 of them. Their defense is able to step up and slow down the Kings, but as of right now, they're getting a decent amount of time spent in the offensive half. It's 60-40 in favor of King, but Oklahoma's offense very much potent. They'll be scoring here.
One kind of passing hints back and forth. He's going to get back on that train and find a net.
Well, 3 minutes here. Maybe the ship has been righted for Oklahoma. They're in choppy seas, but seem to be doing all right. Bono off the ceiling. Musty pass over to B-Darbs, but being prepared for it. They know a thing or two about backflip flicks
Cynical.
and pre-jumps as well. Cynical, that's his second goal of that form. He just keeps on pounding Oklahoma into the ground with this.
Just beautiful car control, knowing the flip is enough to get there, save some momentum, and, you know, trying to find that last little bit of touch to make it an assist. Instead, finds off truly to make it a 3-1 affair.
Okay, that's a scary ball, but Oklahoma was not ready for all 3 King University members to kind of let it pop through the box. And now Oklahoma granted possession, extended possession, which is not something they have seen a ton of in this game. Slowly starting to flip that field domination stat category, but whoever will slow their roll in that regard. Putting it into the Sooner corner. Just fight for possession here.
Now the dunk coming from Turbo. I thought he maybe had the angle. Cynical again to midfield. Awkward positioning here by B-Darbs, but had the ball fall right to him, and so collects it. Demoed for their troubles. Past midfield to Bono. The soft tap, not enough. And so the Tornado defense, again, too strong on the back end and holding on to this 2-goal lead.
Turbo, drop down pass that B-Darbs is all over. An aggressive stance there from Oklahoma, but I feel like that's what they need at this point. They need something to light the fire underneath them and get things cooking in the final 100 seconds. The reverse sweep against King, not out of the question. We saw a reverse sweep in our first stream series of the day, but it does get a little bit tougher to take down King in that fashion.
Oh my.
Great shot from Cynical, better blocked by B-Darbs. Turbo, center ball, but now big Wade in a 1v2. Bono and B-Darbs in tandem, setting up a shot. Maybe his second opportunity, but Bono not wanting to commit to that play.
Bono, yep, having to back off, but again, just great defense there for Big Wade to make enough of a touch or dissuasion to stop that offensive pressure in a 2v1 scenario. Cynical demoing the goalkeeper, not for an offensive push, finally, just to not allow that big clear when they are holding onto a 2-goal lead. Just mind games right now coming out of King Tornado.
B-Darbs will outsmart Turbo in that instance, so clear given to Oklahoma, but they gotta start doing something with it. B-Darbs over to Will, over towards the net. Either way, 2 King members right there. 40 seconds left. We'll pop this up, looking for anything for the Sooners. B-Darbs slowing things down, going to the back wall, but Turbo, a savior medal. So many good reads coming from the King University backline, keeping that 2-goal lead intact and keeping them on the precipice now of a 2-0 series lead.
Bono looking forward. You talk about it. Yes, a 2-goal game lead and soon to be a 2-game series lead if they can hold on for the last 10 ticks. Cynical, the flag bearer, the front for King Tornado, and they're going to ride the hot hand forward to make it a 2-0 start to this series.
Okay, King, they are finding their rhythm against Oklahoma right now, and King didn't have a warm-up series coming into this one. This is the only one they're playing today, as we were talking about. Their second series is a couple of days out, but Oklahoma did, and they looked the part in game one. A lot of offensive pressure for Oklahoma, but King has kind of stifled that in game two.
Stifling it so. Shots again, giving up the 9. It is not the math you need to have for winners. I mean, it's a way.
Foof has broken down again. The internet not on our side. We We need to send a strongly worded letter, I think, all of us, to Foof's ISP to make sure he's all right for week 4. But we're going to be resetting the server real fast, so bear with us for a moment. But Oklahoma, Fox Chaos in chat, I got to figure something out in this series. I mean, they had, I think, 9 shots in that last game. I was distracted by the asking for the new server, but Oklahoma putting up decent numbers in the offensive side. Okay, they had 8 shots in that last game, which is a good amount, but King was set for pretty much every single one. And it was 2, 3 players on the goal line every time Oklahoma was trying to take a shot, especially there at the end when that final onslaught came through. But it's tough to break that down. Demos, of course, are the first thing that a caster thinks about when you talk about breaking a defense down that looks so set on the offensive end. But Oklahoma, you only have to get creative. Demos aren't going to be the only thing that allow them to score goals against King. We'll see what happens in game 3. You'll have to ignore the... oh, wait. The score bug is the only thing I can see. It's a 2-0 lead for King University. I digress. We'll see what happens. Everyone was stuck there for a second. I was afraid they all fell to the same fate as Foof. Foof, you back?
Apparently, I was able to watch your stream, but I couldn't hear you. It was... I don't know. I was enjoying your long, sullen silence, but seeing you talking on the production side, and I was like, this is not right. This is not what should be happening right now. But it's 0-0. And so it's 2-0 here for King Tornado. Don't let that scoreboard to the top for you.
It really makes you... Okay, hold on. What a save by Cynical. Ping pong in the King end, but no goal for Oklahoma. Oh, they can't buy a goal right now. King is saying nothing's for sale.
Has been shut. The windows are locked, and the shutter's down as well. Cynical trying to go back the other way, but boost and followed up. You might try and take 12. No, Turbo cannot beat Bedarves, and Will flips the field. Bono chases, is unable to find that aggressive push that they wanted to try and flip the field and get a goal. Offensive pressure changing hands right now, back and forth in this dance.
A good touch. There's been a pair of goal line hop-ups where an Oklahoma player just hops right up, makes a big block. King University opportunity. It's translated into a free ball.
That went in.
It sat there on the goal line, nearly went in. That's 2 different times. That's not the same opportunity for Oklahoma, but they still haven't found a goal there to go for King on the goal line. Bono's follow-up shot saved by Cynical, and despite the frenetic pace and flurry of opportunities for Oklahoma, they're getting scored on. It's 1-0 King.
Cynical hits the pressure relief valve and has Turbo waiting for it. The soft touch, got the old 9-iron out and chips it over the defense to find goal number 1 here in game 3.
Absurd. It is absurd what King
just like that. King
is
tornado
doing.
map.
Yeah, it's like the ball got swept up in a tornado right there and just flung to the opposite side of the pitch. It looked so dangerous on their goal line, but it turned right into a dangerous opportunity on the Sooner end. There's another chance for Bono. Big Wade saves it. Bedarves goes to the back wall, but Cynical going to clear it away from that position. Nearing the halfway point of game 3, Oklahoma, they look like the team in control, Foof, but it's King that seemed to whip something out of nothing so often.
Beautiful, but can't get it to follow through, and so Bedarves coming, pushing back towards the been a dunk coming through, but it is a dunk head as it finds the post. Man, oh man, knocking at that door, Bevic.
Knocking. No one's answering. The door
Turbo.
refuses to open until it is barged down.
What?
Oklahoma knocked over not once but twice now in transition. And that was just open there.
I feel like we're watching batting practice, and you have Turbo just standing in the midfield line, just hitting dingers towards the net. It is but go. 5 shots for them right now, and it is so early in this game.
Absurd. King, they want the sweep desperately. Oklahoma not going to be put down that easily, however. A nice flick and follow-up by Will. Cynical You don't see that too often. Just a missed touch and a lack of proper car control to get back to the ball. That gives a free lane to net, which is not something we've seen a whole lot of given Oklahoma's way.
You rarely see the aerial side flush out of it. That is one you don't see a lot. And so Turbo and company trying to answer back. Yes, they had a 2-goal lead. Yes, they've been in control. Yes, they have a 2-game lead in the series. But anytime you give a team like OU any chances, they're going to find more shots. And now it's a 2-2 game.
Okay. Again, Oklahoma.
I'm sorry, King.
No, I mean, we need a longer series on stream. I want 2 Game 5s. We don't get that very often on the SEL broadcast, but the ball's in Oklahoma's court to make that happen. And with how King has been playing, I still have my doubts, but Oklahoma will not go away. Game 1 was a 1-goal game with the lead traded hands like 3 times in the final 30 seconds. And here, Oklahoma storming back from a 2-goal deficit now with the final 90 seconds. Can they keep this momentum going?
You got to pass the defense. There's no one home. Turbo's not going to miss that. And the Hattie on the man with 4 letters in the name to make it a 3-2 game.
That's just not a good decision by Will. I appreciate the aggressive cutoff attempt there in the corner, but you are so far away from the ball when that King player is right up on the ball. All he has to do is get a hard touch on it, and there's going to be no one home in defense, and Will has to know that. Instead, just wait on the near post, get a toe on it, get your teammates back in the fray. Instead, you're giving King another late lead that they could translate now into a sweep of the Sooners here in a big series that I think if King sweeps this, they lock up a top 2 finish at the bare minimum in their group. Don't quote me on that, but they'd be darn near close.
I'll quote you on it all the time, but right now Bono and Will trying to fight against exactly that. Cynical intercepted by Diem. No, he wins the dunk, and so has the pressure, has the touch, but not the shot. Less than a minute left here for OU to try and find an answer, whereas on King University side, they just need to hold on for less than half a minute.
Ooh, that's another clear for King, though. Cynical probably could have done something with it if he wasn't kind of tripped up there by Oklahoma. Hot shot there. Great save by Cynical. It's soft and heads right to the back wall where Oklahoma can't immediately put it back center for a shot opportunity. Bono missing the ball at the midfield line. Will missing it in his own box. And that spells doom for King. Turbo going to be sapping the life out of the Sooners.
All 4 Bulls coming off the nose of that octane. It has been an offensive showing for King, and it has become the Turbo show. He is singing good night to OU with a 4-2 scoreline.
850 points for Turbo, and likely the touch that seals it. King going to be sweeping Oklahoma on stream, but Foof, I think what we learned in this series wasn't much about King. We know they're good. We know they've swept everybody so far in group play. We know they're 5-0 in series, 15-0 in games now, and we don't know for sure if they're top 2 locked yet, but we're very close to knowing that. But Oklahoma, they answered a lot of questions for me. They were 4-0 to start off, and I still didn't consider them a playoff contender. I think they could make playoffs, sure, maybe. They got to fight through the LCQ tooth and nail.
They're going to have to.
They're going to have to, but I think their odds are a lot better than I initially thought coming into this series and coming into this week, really, because UNCC has earned a lot of stock in my eyes, and Oklahoma losing to them in Game 5, I think is a good loss for Oklahoma. And so I have a lot more faith in their ability to make a run in the playoffs now than I did a week ago.
Well, it is going to be up to them, really masters of their own fate, and so you have to wonder how they can respond to a 3-0 loss. On the flip side, King, it is business as usual. They are rolling. They're looking good. They have been rocking. You talk about it. Look to lock in not only a top 1 or 2, but trying to close in on that number 1 spot and just go ahead and put a nice padlock on it.
Yeah, and I mean, even if they haven't clinched it yet, I mean, they should be very sure. Let me check real quick who they have left to play. They got to play Kentucky, which I think will be a very good series. Gonna have to see about getting that one streamed. And then UAH Blue, who could keep up with King, but I'm not entirely.
It's a flip.
Certain it's definitely a flip if they can keep up with King, and if the other side of the coin is just a romp. But Foof, what a day of Rocket League.
I mean, all a pleasure not only to be on the SEL, but to hang out with you, Bepic. And so great times we have. We got a best of 5, and well, 2 best of 5 technically. We got a true best of 5 in the first,
Yep.
and this one we got to sing King Tornado play. So that's always fun too.
It absolutely is, but that is going to take us to the end of the broadcast. As always, one last shout out to MSI and Red Bull, our sponsors, giving us this quality Rocket League. And of course, big thanks to all you for tuning in. We got the last week of the regular season next Wednesday from 6 to 8 Central Time on this stream. So make sure you're following us. If you want more SEO content, follow me on YouTube. I got to plug that, of course. They pay me to cast and now plug my stuff. So that's the way this goes. But
okay.
Tune in tomorrow for Valorant, 6 to 8 Central Time. Of course, that's the time slot for the SEL. But Valorant on this Twitch channel tomorrow before Rocket League comes back next Wednesday. Until then, Foof and Bepic and Colt, our wonderful producer, signing off. See you tomorrow.
We slip away, yeah, like gravity.